Hey Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Welcome to Saints TV Weekly for August 14th. It is the final 2 weeks of the AFL season, so we're getting to the pointy end. Well, we're already well in the pointy end, and we know where we stand after a solid performance yesterday against Richmond, a 36-point win. Very, very nice. But before we get into that and the rest of the episode, make sure you're going over to inglewoodcoffeeroasters.com.au. Use the discount code SAINTS40 and you get 40% off coffee, tea and chai products. So make sure you're going over there and enjoy all of those awesome products. But speaking of awesome, yesterday it was a good performance from the boys off the back of a disappointing game against Carlton. We are now at 12 wins. We need 13. We are getting agonizingly close to where we think we can be, which is finals football, and that all points to Saturday night football against Geelong. But yesterday's game, we did well. We came out of the blocks. We were pretty comfortable for the majority of the game. Kingy kicked 6, Gresh kicked 3. It was a good all-round performance in the end. I think everyone really pulled their weight. There wasn't, absolute standouts, but I think that, it was a solid 4-quarter team performance, and we needed that big time after the last couple of months, that's for sure. And yeah, it puts us in a good position. My full review is up on the YouTube channel, so check that out. Fan cams will be up at 7 o'clock tonight on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. And then Saints TV live at 7:20 p.m. live with Max and Jordan, so stay tuned for that. In terms of other news, there wasn't much in the week. Apart from obviously the weekend's game, there was no VFL, so no Sandy game to report on. On Friday, the girls did play a pracky game. I think they played out a draw against Richmond at RSCA Park. It was, 35 apiece in the end. So they've got another pracky game, I believe, this Friday in Adelaide against Port. But yeah, only, less than 3 or 4 weeks away from the opening bounce of round 1 of the AFLW season. I believe Marshy will be kicking off the AFLW show very, very soon with Sarah, who I know everyone really loves on the channel. We want to get Sarah on the channel as much as we can. So she'll be joining Marshy on that podcast. So hopefully that'll drop in the next week or two, I believe. They're going to be doing a opening episode very, very soon. And then in terms of injuries, we're flying through this stuff, by the way. Injuries, Seb Ross returned and he was great. Tim Membry returned and he was great. Tom Highmore's a test, so probably fit this week, but I doubt he comes in at all. Dougal Howard's still about 2 weeks away. Zachy Jones TBC, Dan McKenzie TBC, and James Van Ez season. So we're pretty much, I'd say, as close to full strength as we can be based on who's available and who's, playing well at Sandy, like the Bytels, these sort of guys, Paris. So I think going into the Geelong game, it wouldn't surprise me if we go in just unchanged. Maybe the sub is different. I think Hunter Clark was the sub on the weekend. Jack Billings probably deserves a gig. He always seems to play pretty well against Geelong, so maybe having him at that half-forward flank or even as the sub would be very, very handy, depending on how Ross wants to play out the game against the Cats. But we're in a good position. We're getting our best players on the park at the best time of the season, and hopefully this means that we can get close to or near our best form for the season, because we're going to need it in the next 2 weeks with Geelong and then Brisbane. But, it's in our own hands. That's what I love, is that we just need to win one game. I love that at the start of the season, it's all about, hypotheticals and you're trying to predict the entire season, but now it's really black and white. It's just 2 games to go. We need to win one. We need to go at a 50% win-loss ratio in the next 2 weeks, and we play in finals football. We will be walking out in an elimination final. That would be incredible. In Melbourne, most likely, based on who could sneak in. If we sneak in 8th, it could well be a Carlton Saints MCG final in the first week. Bonkers if that happens. So obviously there's still 2 weeks to go. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we're in a very good position. I think we can beat Geelong. So my preview on that will be out later in the week, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully with a special guest or two, we shall see. But in terms of the run home, Fox Sports obviously have put together their little spiel, and right now we're 12 wins, 9 losses, 107% to play Geelong at Marvel, Brisbane at the Gabba. Easiest path to the 8, we win twice, probably safe with 1 win too. Best case, finish 5th by going 2-0 and Carlton loses once. Worst case, miss finals by losing both. And obviously that would be, based on percentage. We can still make the 8 if we lose both, but it would be, a 10% chance, maybe less. Fox Footy's prediction, they go 0-2, finish 10th at 12-11 and miss out on percentage. So everyone thinks we just won't beat Geelong. I don't know why. They're 11th. They're not in amazing form. They're missing key players. I don't understand. People think that Geelong will just turn it on, but you know, they've got a hard run. They've got us and they've got Bulldogs in Geelong. So they think that they'll go 2-0 and take our position in the 8, but you know, goes without saying that Fox Sports aren't always right. So that's kind of where it is at the moment. So bring on the next 2 weeks. It's going to be very, very exciting. And just on a somber note, I just wanted to end the video by sending out our love and respects to the Dawson and the Hilton families. We mourn the loss of past players Bob Dawson and Jeff Hilton. Two former Saints players have passed away in recent weeks. At 102 years of age, Bob Dawson was the oldest living St Kilda player at the time of his death. On July 31st, Bob was the 790th Saint to play league football when he debuted in 1941, and Jeff Hilton was the 1,379th Saint on the honour roll when he first appeared in 1991. Thoughts and prayers go out to those families, but we do appreciate Bob Dawson and Jeff Hilton for being part of the St Kilda family. Okay, so there we go, Sainters. That is Saints TV Weekly. Thanks to Inglewood Coffee Roasters. Hopefully you enjoyed a bit of a speedy one, but we've got plenty of content to come today. As I mentioned, we've got fan cams on YouTube at 7 p.m, so tune in for that. Joycey goes around Marvel and chats to a lot of happy Sainters after the Tigers win. And then we've got 7:20 p.m. Saints TV live with Max and Jordan. If you want to get on there and have a chat with them, get on at 7:20 p.m. tonight live on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. So I'll leave it there, Sainters. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, go you mighty Sainters. See you Saturday night.